Hello everyone, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for June 27th to July 4th, 2025. The last week of June, if you can believe it. I can't. I'll get over it though. And with that, let's set the tone for this week's reading. I invite you to close your eyes and pull yourself into this present moment with me with the next 3 breaths. Nice deep breath in, please. Coming home to that beautiful body. And with that third exhale, releasing whatever no longer serves you with the breath, as well as seeing a tree root coming down from the base of your spine, going down deep into Mother Earth. Knowing that that tree root is not only anchoring you and allowing all parts of you to be fully present here now, but it is also a conduit through which anything that no longer serves you can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for your new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children, now and in the future, as we co-create this reading of the week for June 27th to July 4th, 2025. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and our collective highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to gather us together and facilitate this exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and best way possible, and that we cover all that is in our personal and our collective heart and mind at this time to our satisfaction in this window that we have together here today. I'd also like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of clarity, of wisdom, of insight, of peace, of discernment, of transformation, of whatever is uppermost for us at this time may be held here and honored here and made sacred here in this circle of light that we are creating across time and space. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now. Okay, my friends, let's do the reading, shall we? I want to thank my friend Pam for the beautiful rose from her garden. Symbol of love, the high energy that we're pulling in for this reading, for this time on the planet, that we may all more easily hold love, hold understanding, hold peace, hold transformation. The world is what it is, and by holding our corner with love and light, we do much to help the balance in good ways. And so, Creator, what do we need to know this week, please, for the week of June 27th to July 4th, 2025, for our personal and our collective highest and greatest good, in service to more love and light. Okay. And we're starting with where we're coming from, the oppression card. This one I've been seeing a lot lately. So this card is a wand, and wands are about creativity, inspiration, and passion. But what we see in this card is this individual carrying a load that is very, very heavy, and it's burdensome. This is not an easy thing to be carrying around. And this card is a reminder that we don't necessarily need to carry everything in our field. We can maybe take a moment and reflect and see what's ours and what isn't, and what can we take off our plate. Because this is sitting in the past position, it's indicating information, things that we know, things that we're familiar with, experiences that we've had that are relevant in our present and in our future. So what this tells me is that we all know times in our lives when we have been carrying what isn't ours. And it's time for us to be smart about that, to let it go, because it's clogging our creative, generative potential. We need to let things go to make space for inspiration to show up Any creative knows this. You can't have a cluttered life and be creative. We need clear spaces, even if it's just cyclically for our mind to have a clear zone to focus on. So this card is letting us know that we need to clear the decks to create room for our creativity and our inspiration. And this is important right now. We need to be generative, creative individuals. We need to not be carrying more than we should at this time. We need to be as light and limber and responsive as we can be, because that's the quality of the energy of the time we're in. And all of this stuff is not serving our ability to be responsive. It's slowing us down. Present card, more wands. So we have a generative week here. The King of Wands, so that masculine directed, structured energy around the creativity, the inspiration, and the passion. This can be putting boundaries in place, putting structures in place, a schedule, that kind of a thing, to allow your creative generative potential to really be able to show up. Putting time in your calendar to be a creative, to be doing the work you're here to do, or to make the contribution you want to make, or simply to have the joy of being a generator. And that can be musical, that can be writing, that can be baking, that can be gardening. It can be whatever it is that brings you to more satisfaction, fulfillment, and joy, where you are in the zone, in that clean and clear and happy place. You know, maybe some sport is in there, although sport tends to be more of the swords because it's more of the body, mind, axis. Anyway, but this idea of being in the zone, of being in that happy place, that generative place, that satisfying place, of being exactly in this moment right now and creating from that space, being deeply embodied and deeply present with all of us, every fiber of our being, and having the satisfaction of what that brings to us. And this card is reminding us we need to create space in our life for it, even if it means structuring it, putting it in the schedule. We all need to be in this generative place. This generative energy is how humanity is going to move forward. We come to our creative solutions through our creativity. That's why they're creative solutions, right? We need to be in this creative generative space. So practice. Set up some space, set up some time to be in your generative creative place. It will serve you very, very well, and it will serve the rest of humanity very, very well. Put down the stuff that isn't yours anymore, that isn't relevant anymore. That might be other people's stuff. It might be stuff from your own past, things you're carrying that you don't need to carry anymore. Maybe you used to do watercolor paint and you don't anymore. Well, maybe it's time to physically take those supplies and give them to somebody who is in watercolor, or who's about to get into watercolor, who wants to get into watercolor. Free yourself and let things move and circulate. That gets the energy going for you. It clears the decks for you, and it empowers another to get creative. It's kind of this win-win situation. So this lovely energy, and it's the masculine. So this is intentional. This is deliberate. This isn't just like, ooh, I'm going to flow with it. This is like, no, let's put it in the calendar. When are we meeting? What time is it happening? Dates with your muse. You know, if you've read the, I'm gapping on the name of the book, but there's a book all about creativity and making dates with your muse. That's scheduling it. That's like showing up at 9 o'clock every day, whether you feel like it or not, pointing the cannon of inspiration towards you and getting down to work. This is really, really supportive of creating, as I said, structure around your creativity so that it has room to show up. Your relationship with your muse. The muse has room to show up. You have a date with your creative inspiration. So as a creative, and for all you creatives out there, and for you people who aspire to be creative, create room. Make it happen. Sign up for a course. Do something interesting. Make something happen. An idea for you, creative retreat. And block some time into your calendar. Take a day. Just take other things off your plate and just do something creative. 9 to 5. Give yourself that blessing, that treat, and it'll serve the rest of us too. The Wheel of Fortune. What goes up must come down. What goes around comes around. As you sow, so shall you reap. All of that is the energy contained in the Wheel of Fortune. This is what we're moving towards. What are we creating? What are we creating? Well, we're creating the future from our now moment. This now moment is where things happen into the future. So By cleaning things up, we free our bandwidth, we free our energy, we create positive structures for us to stay focused, clean and clear in this present moment, deeply embodied and deeply generative, happy, fulfilled, satisfied by the state that we are in. Because that's what we're generating into our future. That's what we're putting into the future to come back to us amplified and magnified. So this process is very important. This deliberate creation of space for our generative potential is going to come back to us magnified. We need to be conscious of and deliberate about what we want to create. If we're doing this unconsciously, or if we're doing this randomly, or we're not making a plan and we're just carrying all this garbage into the future, well, that's what we'll get, more garbage. We need to clean it up, do our work, clean up our hearts, our minds, our spirits, get present, get into our beautiful life, get focused on our yes, doing our yes, making our contribution in wonderful ways, whatever that looks like. And it's different for each of us. But that will take us towards the beautiful future we want to create. What we're generating now will come back to us amplified, so do it mindfully. Be deliberate. Don't let it just be some random happenstance thing. If you're watching the nightly news and you're feeling nasty and you're feeling unhappy and you go to bed in that state and that's what you're focusing on, all the horrible things that are happening in the world, that's what you're pulling more towards you. You're becoming resonant with that by your energetic set point and you're pulling it in. I'm being explicit here and there's a reason for it. Enough of this. We have to knock it off. We have to be mindful. We have to be deliberate, masterful. We have the king here. No pussyfooting around. What are you putting in your consciousness? How are you being a deliberate creator? Are you being a deliberate creator? You need to be putting your focus, your energy, your attention, and your will towards that which is going to be nourishing and generative and lining you up with your yes, because that's where life wants us, personally and collectively. By individually pursuing our yes and living into our happiest potential, we are enabling that for the field of humanity, because we are part of the field of humanity. And if enough of us, a critical mass of us, move in that direction, it shifts the field for everyone. It shifts it even if we don't have critical mass. But when we get to critical mass, then stuff really starts to happen. That tremendous momentum of the wheel of life. So we want to build that deliberately. So I encourage you to take your attention away from that which does not serve you and anything that leaves you in a lesser state. Negative feeling, hopeless feeling, depressed feeling, apathetic feeling, anything that takes you away from your generative fire and potential and your mastery is not serving your life. Let's be explicit about that too. That which is serving you energizes you, nourishes you, makes you want to do more of it. That is where life wants you. That's how simple it is. Life is designed where our highest enthusiasm is where we need to be. It's as simple as that. So let's see what the foundation card is, shall we? The card of success, the card of the 10 of hearts. So the foundation card, this fullness, this happiness, this well-being, this beautiful future that we want. We have this community of people and they're celebrating. Could be a wedding, some kind of community event. It's all ages in this picture. They're having a really good time. There's lots to celebrate. We have a beautiful world. We can make it more beautiful through our decisions, our choices, our attention, our energy, our focus. Having more and more people moving towards their yes. Can you imagine a planet of people who are contributing from their heart, who are living into their calling, who are showing up and developing their gifts and abilities and having others support them in that, because that's what we're here to do, to facilitate each other's process so that we can all show up and give our best in this magnificent, amplified way. We are going in this direction. How rapidly that happens depends on us as individuals, because we have that beautiful thing called free will. And we as humanity get to choose. So just like I can't force you, we can lead a horse to water, but we can't make it drink. My words can't force you to do anything. I can strongly encourage you though. And that's what the cards are showing us. Let's really make an effort, because it will serve us. This beautiful foundation of collectively coming together and creating something that's worth having, something that's worth celebrating, something that is meaningful and important to us. That's what it's all about. We got to keep cleaning it up, keep letting go of the stuff that isn't ours, the heavy, dense, nasty things. Yes, they're there. Doesn't mean we're putting our head in the sand. It just means we're cleaning it up and we're not letting our energy, our precious, vital, generative energy get hooked to that, because we need it for other things. We need it for the brilliant, beautiful future our hearts know is possible. That's our work. So whenever we notice we're hooked, and it happens to all of us because we are human, and that's why I recommend you don't watch the news, because it's designed to hook you. I recommend you unhook from anything that brings your energy down and focus on the things that bring your energy up. And if you don't know what that is, I encourage you to start paying attention. Doesn't mean cloud nine, but it does mean, where do you feel better? Where do you feel more fulfilled, more satisfied, more peaceful, more joyful? And it might even just be a tiny increment better than some state that you're in. Go towards the relief, go towards the comfort, go towards the satisfaction, go towards the fulfillment, go towards the highest enthusiasm in the moment, the choices that are before you. Go towards the one that lifts you up the most, where there's the most life. We are life-living beings. We're here to live more life and to allow more life through us. And that changes through our lifetimes, yes. And that's what we're here to do. So pay attention to what brings you to more life, because that's life calling you to more life. Okay, so that's our card for this week. Clean it up, create structures, be powerful, be deliberate. Creating that wheel of fortune. We are the ones creating the future. We are the ones making things happen. We are the ones creating our karma. We are the ones. It's not anybody else. Through our choices and our attention and our actions, we are creating our future. So get really masterful and deliberate about that. If you want more of what you got in your life right now, well, keep going. But if you want a more beautiful life, then focus on what is more beautiful. Focus on what is more life-giving. Focus on giving your energy to that and creating structures that support you in that, so that you can create a more beautiful future. And then here, this idea of celebration. This is the foundation. It's why we're having the reading this week. This is what we want. This beautiful world. We all have a blueprint for it in our hearts, in our being. It's why we incarnated at this time. We are co-facilitators of this beautiful new earth that is coming through. And we get to play a part in what it's going to look like. That's where this comes in. That's why we have to be deliberate, because it's not just randomly going to happen. It's because we're the creators of the future. We're part of this amazing wave of humanity that is evolving at this time. And what do we want to create with this new energy, with this new field, with our new abilities? So coming to it from what fills our heart, what's beautiful, what honors yourself, those around you, and all life on this planet, including our mother, the earth. Let's think about that in wonderful ways and give that our energy. Meditate on it, envision it, dream it. Just have little happy daydreams about the beautiful world. Clean water, clean air, clean soil, delicious, nutritious food, people gathering and sharing their talents and abilities, being happy and thriving and helping each other to become more, and the fabulous, gorgeous unfolding that is possible from this place. That's exciting. That's worth getting behind. That's what's going to lift us up. And with that, let's pull our card to grow on. Thank you, water. Okay, so creator, what do we need to know? What is our card to grow on this week? How do we gather up this information from this reading and create a nice little packet of it so that we can carry it around in our being and implement it for our good and the good of those around us, the good of all life around us and everywhere on this beautiful planet called Earth, and for the good of our mother, the lovely, lovely Earth. Our card to grow on, please, for this week of June 27th to July 4th, 2025. The 5 of Wands. Competition. So, There's competition for our attention. There's competition for our energy. There's competition for our attention. And that's not just outside, that's inside too. I know this one very well. There's always something that needs our attention. And we need to be deliberate about that. It doesn't mean they're fighting. It doesn't mean that this is a conflict, although that can arise in the energy of competition. But it's being aware, noticing, where are we bumping up against ourselves? Where are we bumping up against the outer world? And it's not a wrong thing or a bad thing or a horrible thing. It's just information so that we can get clear about what we prefer. It's that contrast thing again. Whenever we experience contrast, it's in service to our greater good. Contrast is always helping us to discern what we prefer. And when we get into sticky business here, and again, it's a wand, it's about creativity, inspiration, and passion. When we get sticky about this, when we're in conflict with ourselves or the outer world, take that nice deep breath. Come back to yourself. Bring the mind back from where it's wandering, back into the heart, back into the body, back into this present moment. And just notice. What is the competition? What is the conflict? What is the resistance energy in our field? And what is it indicating? Where am I not lined up? Because when we're lined up and we're doing our flow and we're surfing, ooh, it is so good. But when we hit resistance, that's when we have that breakdown. Thinking about snowboarding and catching an edge. You know, you're doing so great and all of a sudden you catch an edge and before you know it, you're on your face or on your butt. And that's what this is talking about, that resistance. And when we hit the resistance, it just means a change to the flow and the energy, and we need to adjust and adapt. But by using that resistance to clarify, then we can really get back on our board and get going in right direction again and catch the next wave, catch the next ride, so that we're having that smooth unfolding. So resistance is just information. And we do this for each other. This amazing dance that we do. We show up for each other and we create resistance. We make problems. We cause conflict. And what does that do? Well, it helps us to go, wait a second, I don't like feeling like this. This isn't how I want to be. This isn't what I want it to be like. I don't want to be in this kind of resistance. I don't want to be in anger. I don't want to be pushing against. I want there to be more flow and kindness and love. And I don't want to feel all ooky. But the resistance that life and we create for each other helps us to clean things up and helps us to keep focused and moving in right direction. That's all we need to remember when we start to feel some resistance, some contrast, some difficulties, a hard time with someone perhaps. They're simply bringing us information, helping us to refine our trajectory so that we can stay lined up with our yes, stay lined up with our offering, our highest and best offering, and continue to flow and create in magnificent ways. That's all the resistance is, information. And with that, thank you for being here. Let's close our eyes, take a nice deep breath, and we'll close up the reading with intention. Creator, this is your daughter Titania. I want to thank you for this opportunity to read the reading of the week once again with the help of all those who are adding their energy to mine across time and space so that we may all benefit and grow together and add our best to life as a community of individuals united by our purpose, by our intention, by our creativity, by our generative abilities, by our willingness to be on the earth at this time, showing up, bringing our love, bringing our talents, bringing our skills, willing to grow, willing to learn, willing to change, willing to let go of what no longer serves us so that we can line up with the most exhilarating, refined path forward towards our yes, towards more life so that we are beautiful, clean and clear channels for that love and light and life to come through us into the world, birthing magnificent creations and new beginnings. A field of kindness, of clarity, of inspiration, of generative potential, where we flow and surf the waves of life with ease and grace, with lots of fun and enjoyment and satisfaction and pleasure. I ask that we all unite in our love and our light in our hearts and bring our best to the world from this place. I want to thank all those who love us, who might not be incarnate at this time, but who are near us always, ready to be of help, ready to support us. We just need to ask. Thank you for being there and for all the help you've given me, including this reading. And I want to thank my higher self and the higher selves of all those present for facilitating this process, for creating this container of love and light across time and space so we could gather, learn together, and pull this reading in together for our good and the good of all whose lives we touch. And I want to thank the Spirit of Heart's Home for being the container that holds me and provides me with the beautiful, stable life that I have that enables me to do this work. And just thank you to those here and on the other side who make our lives the beautiful places that they are, who love us and allow us to love them. You are wonderful. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for the place you have in my experience, in these readings experience. Even if I don't know you, you're part of this family of life and light. So thank you. I wish you a beautiful week, a happy end to your month of June, and a brilliant beginning to July. Pam Gregory has said astrologically that July will be probably the most vigorous, shall I say, month of this year. So just being aware of that, listening to the wisdom that came through this reading will help us. When you feel it's getting intense, take that magical deep breath in. Bring all parts of you back to this beautiful body so you are fully, deeply present now. And then, from that spacious place, redirect towards something that is life-giving for you. Look for the beauty. Look for the gratitude. Look for the fulfillment and satisfaction. That's our work, our mastery. I wish you a beautiful, beautiful week. I'll see you next Friday. In the meantime, much love and light, and happy creating. Bye for now.